Hello guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing the all-new RUNE CHEBUREK. Hopefully I've said that right. This car, of course, coming very soon to GTA Online. As I'm making this video, it hasn't been released yet, but I believe it will be releasing tomorrow on Tuesday, May the 22nd. This car will be releasing alongside two others, those being the Dinka Jester Classic, which of course is the Toyota Supra, and the Michele GT. This car though is what we're going to be focusing on in today's video, and taking a look at 10 things you guys need to know about this before it's released in GTA Online tomorrow. So let's go ahead and get straight into things. Okay, now I know for a fact there are going to be loads of you guys watching this video and questioning what this car even is and why Rockstar would even add it into the game, and why there are loads of players at the moment really hyped to see this being added in GTA Online. Ever since this car was first found in the update files back when the update was first released in March, there have been loads and loads of players really looking forward to seeing this in GTA Online. And for those players who don't really understand that, I'm sure right now you're questioning why that would even be. Well, it's kind of a funny car and more of a meme than anything, but this car in game is manufactured by the brand RUNE, who we've never seen before. They've only made an appearance with this vehicle, and RUNE is the in-game version of the brand Lada, which I believe is a Russian company, or at least a Soviet Union company, that made this vehicle in real life, the Lada 1600. Now, many of you may have heard of the company Lada, and as I'm sure you guys know, it's not particularly a great company because it was a Soviet Union company. But nevertheless, it's kind of a funny car, and in fairness, it's kind of cool that Rockstar finally added something like this in-game. And you'll see why now in a few moments when we get to the customization options available for this. But first, how much is this car if you want to buy it? Well, this car, once released, hopefully tomorrow in GTA Online, will be listed on the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website for $145,000, making this the least expensive vehicle in this update and one of the cheapest DLC vehicles we've ever seen added in GTA Online in the last 2 or 3 years or so. Now, in the terms of customizations, quite surprisingly, this car does have a lot of customization, and some of them are pretty funny. Okay, so aside from the standard armor, brake, and engine upgrades, you've got the options for pretty much every single category to fit these cardboard panels. So if you want to, you can swap out the front bumper for a cardboard bumper. There are options for the skirts, the rear bumper, even the spoiler, which again, we'll take a look at later on. This car though has a nice variety of customization, whether you want to go for a classic style, whether you want to go for a race or a tuner style, or of course go for the funny, hilarious look with the cardboard bumpers. And later on, I'll customize a full car with all the cardboard panels, which I'll show you guys later on in the video. Going around to the back then, you can see again we've got the cardboard bumper option. You can remove the bumper if you want to. That's the option I went for. There's the classic and retro options as well, but like I said, I went for the remove option. Then, after upgrading the engine, you've got the option of going for half or full covered lights. So if you want to, you can cover up just one side of the lights, which is kind of a random thing to do, but again, just adds the humor behind this car. Moving on though to the next customization option, this being hoods, and again in this category there is a cardboard option, so you can fit cardboard vents to this if you want to, which again is pretty funny. You've got the race hood option, which I actually went for in the end, as well as the tuner hood as well, which is pretty nice. But like I said, I selected the race hood option. Lights, I upgraded those to the xenons as always, and then this car also has liveries as well. 10 different livery options, and of course the additional option of going for none as well. And some of these options are pretty nice. You've got the Crimson Star, so if you want to go for that Soviet look. It's also got a few Rusty options as well, which I thought were pretty cool. I ended up going for the Rusty Prolapse livery, which I thought was really cool and went well with the sort of look and style I was going for. This car also has mirror upgrades, so if you want to swap out the stock mirrors and go for these upgraded ones, fitting them on the fenders instead, you can, but I thought the stock ones were a lot closer to that sort of classic style, so I kept that. Then as for respraying this car, now in fairness this car looks great in most classic colours, although I really like the blue this car came in when I first got it, so I didn't actually change that, and again went well with the sort of livery that I had fitted to this car. But if you guys have any really good colour suggestions for this, let me know in the comments section. You can also change out sections of the trim as well, as you can see. I ended up selecting Diamond Blue, which I thought was the same color the car was in, but it was actually a little lighter, so I will have to go back and change that later on, but I thought that went pretty well as well, matching that with the exterior color too, and you'll see now when I go back into third person, it changes the color of the seats as well, which is pretty cool. Moving on to roofs next, again there is a cardboard option as well, fitting a cardboard vent if you want to. There are also various roof rack options with luggage if you want to fit that to the roof as well. If you want to, you can go for the vortex generators as well, or fit the window louvers. I went for the primary roof spoiler though, I thought that went pretty well, and with the spoiler I'll be selecting on this vehicle in a few moments. So after selecting that, skirts is the next option. Again, there is a cardboard option in here, or you've got the tuner skirt option, which I went for, because again, I'm going for a fairly sporty, modified look. Moving on though to the next customization option, this being spoilers. Again, there is a cardboard option in here. There are also various ducktail style spoilers, and it was actually one of these which I selected, the tailgate spoiler. That was my favorite, but again, there are loads of really cool, nice spoiler options in this category as well. Now, initially I didn't lower the suspension on this car, but after realizing what the suspension does to this, other than just lowering it, I then changed it later on, and I'll explain why in a few moments, why you guys may be interested in doing that. As for the wheels, now these are chrome wheels, so you cannot change the color of these either in-game or using the iFruit app glitch. So unfortunately, if you guys wanted to maybe set these to black or a different color, unfortunately you can't do so. These are stuck in chrome, unless of course you change them out for a custom set of wheels. Anyway, but there we go. So that is it then for the customization for this car. Like I said, there are loads of options with various different style choices you can go for this, and I can tell just because of that, it's going to be a very popular car in GTA Online. Not just because this thing is cheap and very affordable at $145,000, but this car is very customizable with some pretty good options in there as well. Now, as promised previously, I also customized a second version of this time going for all the cardboard panels. So as you can see, this is what the car looks like if you select all of those. The cardboard front bumper, the cardboard skirts, the cardboard rear bumper. We've also got the spoiler, the roof scoop as well, and the vents on the hood too. And in fairness, it does look pretty good as well. I thought it was a very nice looking car, and I can see loads of players, once this car is released, going for these options because, like I said, it's very unique and pretty cool looking too. This of course being the first time ever Rockstar have ever allowed customization options like this on any car in GTA Online. But as I explained earlier on in the video, this car really is kind of a meme, and there are more things I'll be going through now in a few moments. But first, I want to show you guys why you might want to consider lowering the suspension on this car. And like I said, I didn't realize this at first. It wasn't until I customized that second variant with the cardboard panels that I realized that lowering the suspension does more than just lowering the car. So as you guys can see, as I drive in the car that I just customized in the custom shop and make my way to the suspension, as I lower it down, you'll notice a few things. First of all, that rear wheel is hidden in the arch, which is kind of cool looking, but as you scroll down through the menu, you can see the wheels, or the top of the wheels, are slowly leaning further and further in, as if the wheels are being cambered as you lower the suspension, and this affects both the front and the rear wheels. Now, having an official option to camber wheels in GTA 5 is a feature which I know loads of players have wanted to see in GTA for a long time. Well, this car is the first one which you can do this too. Although it's not really an official option, it's more just part of lowering the suspension, it's still a pretty cool feature which again I know loads of players are really going to like. Anyway, now as mentioned before, another reference or something else that kind of makes this car a bit of a meme is the in-car camera, or the dash cam, this car has. Rockstar fitted what appears to be a camera on the dashboard as a reference to the cars in Russia having dash cams. In case you guys didn't know, I'm sure you've seen the videos online, crashes seem to happen a lot more in Russia than everywhere else. Maybe it's down to their bad driving, but pretty much everyone seems to have a dash cam in Russia to of course ensure that they can claim on the insurance and prove it was someone else's fault that caused the crash. Well, this car, as a reference to that, has one as well, clearly showing that Rockstar are highlighting that and kind of making it another humorous thing about this vehicle. Anyway, now moving on to one final little feature I want to point out with this vehicle, which I didn't notice at first or even really think about, and may affect other vehicles as well with similar customizations. But if you go for the same spoiler I went for, the tailgate spoiler, which has these small little bars which attaches the spoiler to the rear bumper, when you open up all the doors, it won't open the trunk. And that's not because the trunk won't open, but it's because of the spoiler which I chose. If I change the spoiler and then try to open it again, you can see that it now opens. It's only when you have the tailgate spoiler selected, those metal bars attach the trunk with the spoiler to the rear bumper, of course stopping it from opening. So that's worth bearing in mind if that really bothers you or you didn't know about that. I certainly didn't, and like I said, it may also affect other cars with the same or similar spoiler to this. Anyway, now moving on to the performance side of things when it comes to this car. Now, as to be expected, this thing isn't particularly special in the terms of its performance. Its top speed on the straight and flat sections is around 106 to 107 miles an hour, which isn't particularly fast, but it's in the sports classics category, and it's not really the type of car you'd even be using anyway in a straight line drag race situation, so it's nothing to really be concerned about. And although I drove it around the track area down at the docks, which I use in pretty much all videos like this one, the 10 things you need to know about new cars coming to the game, this car was pretty slow around this track as well. Most cars achieve a time of around 30 to 35 seconds, this did it in 42.07 seconds. So a lot slower, but then again, not exactly very surprising. This isn't a race car or anything along those lines. It's just one of those funny cars that you can own in GTA Online. It's very, very cheap, loads of really cool customizations as well, so if you're looking to buy this and have this as a racing car, well, don't expect anything too special from it. It's not particularly quick. But, like I said, it is a fun car overall. It's a car which I know loads of players are really looking forward to, and even those players who weren't looking forward to it, once they see this in GTA Online and some of the really funny customizations, like the cardboard panels, they're going to want to buy one because it's only 145,000, and then fit some of these customization options to it as well. So with that being said, guys, that's pretty much it then for this video. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about this vehicle. If you guys could also drop a like on the video as well, it would of course be greatly appreciated, and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.